Hi, hello students, welcome to Let's Understand Physics. In the previous video, we have understood by an activity what is temperature. So, temperature is the degree of hotness or coldness of a body. This you have already understood. Now, by measuring the temperature, we will understand whether the body is hot or cold. If you have two hot bodies, you can tell which one is more hotter than the other. Understood? So the comparison can be done by measuring the temperature. Now for measuring the temperature, we have a device called thermometer. In these thermometers, for you in class 7, you have two types of thermometers, clinical thermometer and laboratory thermometer. In this video, you will understand clinical thermometer, the construction of the clinical thermometer and how to use it. Okay, so please watch full video so that you will get complete idea on clinical thermometer. Now, say clinical thermometer, you might have already seen. Generally, when we get fever or any illness, first doctors will check the temperature of the body, isn't it? Now, if you see the thermometer first will have a metal bulb and there will be a triangular glass tube. If you touch and see, the glass tube will be in the triangular tripod shape. Okay. Next, there will be two scales on this glass tube. One scale we call it as Celsius scale. So here Celsius is a scientist and one more scale is Fahrenheit scale. Fahrenheit is also a scientist. Now let's see briefly about these scientists. Okay, just for information. Fahrenheit is a scientist. He has established this Fahrenheit scale to know the temperature in 1724. He is the European scientist. His complete name is Daniel Gabriel Fahrenheit. He lived between 1686 and 1736. He is known for precision thermometry, alcohol thermometer, mercury in-glass thermometer, Fahrenheit scale and Fahrenheit hydrometer. Next, Celsius scale is also a scale which is used to measure the temperature. His complete name is Anders Celsius. He was a Swedish astronomer, physicist and mathematician. He established this Celsius scale in 1742. He actually kept the name as centigrade, but in his honor later it was renamed as Celsius. He had lived between 1701 and 1744. Now after these two scales, here you have small gap which is called as expansion chamber. What will be expanded here? The expansion is for mercury. Okay. Now in this bulb there will be mercury and there will be a small capillary tube in the glass tube. In this capillary tube, whenever this bulb comes in a contact of hot body, generally it is used for clinical purposes. So human beings, let us take, when we get fever, we keep this under the tongue for 1 minute so that this bulb will start capturing the temperature, so that the mercury inside the bulb will start expansion inside the capillary tube. I hope all of you understood this. Now in the construction there will be a small constriction. Constriction means a small narrow gap. We call it as kink. Now this kink will be bent so that whenever the mercury is expanded to some number of the scale, then we have to read once the thermometer is removed from the mouth, isn't it? So that once you remove, the mercury should not fall down to the bulb. That's why there is a kink in the construction of the thermometer, so that it will not fall down till you observe the reading of the thermometer. Okay. See here, this is the clinical thermometer. Now this is the kink what we are talking about. If you observe clearly, there will be a small bend, and check the scale here. What do you mean by scale? It is same like your normal scale what you use to measure. Okay. Now here, how do you read the reading? Take any two numbers. Now here 35 to 37 you have are on the Fahrenheit scale. 94, here 96, 98, 100. Here 35, here you can see 6, right? That 6 is 36. Now I am taking that numbers. Okay, 35 and 36. These two readings are divided with small lines. Now if you count them, there are 5 lines between these two readings. Now each line, if you have centimeter scale, you know, right? If you have 1 centimeter is 1 by 10, 0.1 degree Celsius. If 5 lines are there, they are divided as 1 by 5, each is 0.2. If 2 lines are there, first we have reading 35 plus 0.2 plus 0.2, it becomes 35.4. I hope everybody understood this. That is the reading. If directly at one number, if it is stopped, like it is stopped at 40 exactly, you can take it as 40. If it is next to 40, one more line extra, each line counts 0.2 degrees Celsius. Every time when you tell the temperature, you have to tell along with its unit. Initially in the olden days, they used Fahrenheit scale to read the temperature. Nowadays in India, we are using degree Celsius scale. But still, there are some doctors who uses Fahrenheit scale. In the Fahrenheit scale, we have range of the thermometer from 94 to 108 degree Fahrenheit. You can see on the thermometer. The normal Celsius scale, the range of the thermometer, if you observe, it is 35 degrees Celsius to the 42 degrees Celsius. That means the normal body temperature generally will be between either 35 degrees Celsius or 42 degrees Celsius. It will not exceed. Understood? So normal body temperature is 37 degrees Celsius. If more than that you have temperature till 42, we call it as illness. Okay, that means you have fever. Understood? Now see here, when the measurement is taken, that means when you keep the thermometer under your tongue, after 1 minute it is removed, you have a reading. Now you understood how to read it. Then once you read it, you should take some precautions, okay, to store it or to use to the next person or other person. Those precautions we will see. Now other than these clinical thermometers, which is mercury and glass, we have nowadays digital thermometers and some other thermometers. Digital thermometer also, you have to keep it in contact to the human body. So here there will be a display and there will be a small button. When you press this small button, it shows normal body temperature. Now here Fahrenheit it is showing, see, 98.4 degree Fahrenheit. Once you keep it in contact with the body, if you have fever, it raises the temperature. That means whatever temperature your body has presently, it shows that temperature. Understood? Now, during corona, we should not touch the other person, isn't it? Because there may be chance of getting corona. That is the reason they have developed some sensor based thermometers. Without contact, they give the temperature of the body, isn't it? Understood everyone? There is Paheli, right, in our textbook. Paheli gets 98.4 degrees Celsius if she is worried, has fever. Then what you will do? You can check 10 of your friends and enter the data in the table. It can be 1 degree or 2 degrees variation according to the outside environment. Then no problem. Okay. So generally we take the number as 98.4 degree Fahrenheit. Next. Now we have this thermometer, which is clinical thermometer. If you observe, 37 is written in red color. That means 37 degrees Celsius is the normal body temperature. Slightly there can be variation. But the body temperature, it will not go, if there is fever also, it cannot go beyond 42 degree. In the same way, it cannot come down below 35 degrees Celsius. That's why the range is fixed for the human body temperature. Can you use it to measure hot water, boiling water, or hot milk, or any substance which is so hot? No, you should not use this. There may be chance of breakage of the thermometer, because water you can boil until 100 degrees Celsius. But what is the range of clinical thermometer in degrees Celsius? Only 35 to 42. That's why it should be used only to the human beings. Now, when you are storing, there will be a glass bottle like this with a cap. Okay. Now, keep it in this safely. Do not reach to the children and don't hit with the hard substances, because it is glass, right? It may break. Then precautions while reading. When you are reading this mercury, which is expanded here, is to be read with the mercury line along the side of the eyes. Understood? You have to keep it straight to your eyes and read the reading. Next, some other precautions. See, thermometer should be washed before and after use, preferably with an antiseptic solution. Ensure that before use the mercury level is below 35 degrees Celsius. Then you have to read the thermometer like this only, and handle the thermometer with care. If it hits against some hard object, it can break. Don't hold the thermometer by the bulb while reading it. You should not touch the bulb. Okay. Thermometer has liquid. So here we are using mercury. Some thermometers are used with alcohol also. That means colored alcohol. Some color will be mixed with the alcohol. Why we are using mercury or alcohol? Because they expand uniformly with the rise in the temperature. That means now if there is 1 degree temperature, there will be some limit of expansion. In the same way, to the next 1 degree rise also, the expansion will be the same amount. Understood? Now, for 1 degree Celsius, if the expansion is for 1 millimeter, understood? For the next 1 degree Celsius, that means for 2 degrees Celsius, it will be extra 1 millimeter expansion only. It does not expand for the next 1 degree rise 2 mm or 3 mm. This is the uniform expansion. That's why we are using mercury in the liquid thermometers to expand. I hope everybody understood this. It is very easy concept and very important as well. In the next video, we will see laboratory thermometer. Now, please subscribe and share with the students, those who are studying 7th standard CBSE, and comment if you have any doubts. Thank you.